Java Fern is becoming increasingly popular within the aquarium hobby due to its aesthetic appeal and its ease of care. But recently I've been asked quite a few questions regarding Java Fern. So today I think we should take a look at what you have to do to keep your Java Fern nice and healthy, and ultimately so Java Fern can actually make you some money. Microsorhum terrapus or Java Fern originates from Malaysia, Thailand, northeast India and some parts of China, but luckily for us we can now find it in most decent aquatic retailers. Java Fern is an epiphyte plant, which means that it can grow on any surface, and when I say any surface I literally mean any surface. You can attach it to a piece of rock, a piece of bogwood, aquarium ornaments. It can even be attached to other plants. It will literally grow anywhere within your aquarium. There are many different types of Java Fern that are available to us now in the hobby, which consist of the narrow leaf, the needle leaf, Windeloff and trident. These are all found immersed or submersed, which means in water or out of water, and can be grown to a point where they can start making you some good money. So Java Fern is made up of three parts. First off, the rhizome, which is the body of the plant. Now this part must never go under your substrate. If it goes under the substrate, it will rot and the plant will die. Now attached to the rhizome will be your roots. Roots are quite fine to go into your substrate. They will absorb nutrients and obviously feed the plant. And then you have the leaves. The leaves will also take in nutrients and they will also produce little Java Fern plantlets. Cultivating Java Fern in the aquarium is relatively easy really. So you can get a stone, tie it to a stone with cotton or fishing line, or you can use a cyacronite glue and glue the roots to the stone. There, just let the glue set for 2 to 3 minutes and then you can enter that into your aquarium safely. Cyacronite glue is fish safe, or like I say, tie it to a piece of bogwood and then add that to your aquarium. I can never say this enough. Make sure when placing Java Fern or any epiphyte into your aquarium, always make sure the rhizome is not covered. It is quite a hardy plant and can tolerate a wide range of conditions, from soft acidic water to more harder alkaline waters. It can even tolerate brackish water. It will take a temperature of 68 to 82 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 20 to 29 degrees Celsius, and will tolerate a pH ranging from 5 up to 8. As for lighting, it can live in quite a wide range of lighting conditions, from hardly any light to quite bright. But if you do go too bright, it will burn the leaves and they could even melt. It is a slow growing plant, so its capacity to take nitrates out of the water aren't really as good as what a fast growing stem plant would be. So it is advised to grow stem plants in the aquarium alongside your Java Fern. Otherwise, you can end up with major algae issues. If the nitrates aren't being taken out of the water, algae will grow. So just make sure that you've got some faster growing plants living alongside your Java Fern. So this battle against algae, you will always win. Java Fern leaves are quite thick and tough, and I've been led to believe that they don't taste too great either. So they are a good addition to any aquarium where your fish may be partial to a little bit of plant matter in the diet, or they are just naturally destructive. So Java Fern is a good plant to add to, say, angelfish aquariums or a cichlid aquarium, or even barbs where They're just genuinely destructive. As with all living things, Java Fern must eat. It will absorb nutrients and nitrates out of the water, but it is good practice to also add a liquid plant fertilizer to the water column to make sure that it's getting the nutrients it requires to survive and remain healthy for you. Some people just let their Java Fern grow naturally and just leave it alone and leave it be. But once a week, I do like to get my fingers in there, kind of give it a bit of a shake up in there anyway to remove any detritus that's in there. But then I also like to remove any of the leaves that are yellowing and just pull those out, and just generally keeping it tidy. Just be careful when you are removing leaves, or when you are giving it a little bit of a shake up. Just watch out for eggs in there, because Java Fern is an absolutely fantastic place for egg-laying fish to spawn in. We certainly don't want to be disturbing any eggs, but we do want to remove those dying leaves. What you will notice is that some leaves may be turning black. This is your Java Fern plant reproducing. You will notice that there will be tiny little Java Fern plantlets forming at the end of the leaves, and once they have matured, they will drop off and float around until they settle and attach themselves to other surfaces. You can let this happen, or like I did, I move the plantlet back to the original place so it becomes really bushy. Or you can attach them to other ornaments or other pieces of wood in the aquarium, so you've got another site of Java Fern growing elsewhere. A Java Fern plant will produce these little tiny plantlets constantly. I notice round about 10 little plantlets per week that are forming on the tips of the leaves of my Java Ferns, but each leaf can actually produce up to 20 little plantlets. So you can soon become overstocked with Java Fern plants. Now this is now where you can start making some money back through your hobby. So put the little plantlets in a bucket of water or a plastic tub with a little bit of lighting and a little bit of food in there, and before you know it, those little Java Fern plantlets are now going to be growing into some nice decent sized Java Fern plants, which can make you £6 to £7 each, $7 to $8. If you don't want to sell them, you can always then go back to your local fish store, and I'm pretty sure they would happily swap them for either other plants, fish, or even food or plant food. Or you can even keep them and wait for them to start producing their own little plantlets, and before you know it, you've got yourself a nice little Java Fern business running that can be pulling in some great money for you to invest back into the hobby. Live plants offer more than just aesthetics to any aquarium, and if you want to find out what other benefits plants can add to your aquarium, then I suggest you watch this video next.